Welcome to the ITSM Practice Podcast.
Welcome to the ITSM Practice Podcast. I am Luigi Ferri. Telecom security used to be about protecting infrastructure. Now it's about protecting identity, digital, mobile, and permanent. The shift began with eSIM, and with it came a new responsibility, proving that remote provisioning, when a device receives or changes its mobile profile, happens securely every single time. That's the purpose of GSMA SAS-SM, the security accreditation scheme for subscription management. It is the global certification that decides who can manage eSIMs, how securely they can do it, and whether they deserve the trust of mobile network operators. Behind that certification lies a simple question. How do you prove continuously that your security is not theoretical but operational? For anyone trained in ITIL v3, the answer is familiar. It lives in process, evidence, and governance. Why it exists? The GSMA, the association that represents mobile operators worldwide, built SAS-SM as the security standard for companies handling eSIM subscription data. It applies to the key roles in remote SIM provisioning, the SMDP subscription manager data preparation, which prepares encrypted profiles, the SMSR secure routing, which manages profile activation on the device, and the SMDP, which combines both functions for consumer eSIMs. There is also the SMDS, the discovery server, that directs devices to the right provider and data center operations, where all this runs. Every one of these must be certified. Each must demonstrate physical security, cryptographic key protection, trusted personnel, documented operations, and audited continuity. So the real output of SAS-SM is not paperwork. It's trust infrastructure, data centers, processes, and governance models that can sustain global provisioning without compromise. And that's where ITIL v3 becomes a strategic ally. How do you design trust? Every secure environment begins with design. ITIL v3 tells us that quality is not inspected at the end. It's built in from the start. When you prepare a service design package for a SAS-SM implementation, you are not drawing architecture, you are codifying assurance. It defines how systems authenticate, how cryptographic keys are managed, how audit logs are stored, how operators are vetted. It also describes the recovery process if one element fails, because in eSIM management, downtime is customer identity at risk. Design is the moment where abstract security becomes concrete architecture. It's the part of the process where you decide not just how it works, but how it can prove that it works. Another question. Who guards the guard? In SAS-SM, every control needs a custodian. Policies, personal checks, encryption procedures all require a mechanism of oversight. That's the work of ITIL's Information Security Management. It establishes the policy backbone, defines how incidents are managed, and ensures that the controls are living processes, not static documents. Think of it as the nervous system of compliance. Without it, SAS-SM becomes a checklist. With it, it becomes an operating culture. Can you change without breaking security? No environment stays still. Software updates, firmware patch, new integrations, each can alter the security posture. SAS-SM certification doesn't tolerate improvisation. Every change must be approved, tested, and documented. ITIL V3's change management gives that structure. The Change Advisory Board, extended with security voices, ensures that new releases don't silently void your certification. Service validation and testing confirms that the controlled environment still complies once the change goes live. Yes, security here is a verified evolution. Do you know what you are securing? The question sounds basic, but most audits fail on it. The service asset and configuration management process is your factual memory. It records every element that participates in subscription management, servers, encryption modules, network interfaces, certificates, even documented procedures. During a GSMA audit, this is where evidence lives. If your configuration management system is complete and accurate, you can answer any question with data, not excuses. Who extends your risk? No SAS-SM certified organization operates entirely on its own. There is always a hosting provider, a security hardware supplier, or a managed service partner. Each becomes an extension of your risk surface. ITIL V3's supplier management gives you the method to evaluate, contract, and monitor them with the same rigor you apply internally. Supplier reviews, SLAs, security clauses, they are not administrative rituals. They define how far your trust extends before it stops. How do you stay certified? Certification is not permanent. Treat change, people rotate, controls decay. To maintain SAS-SM status, organization must demonstrate continuous improvement. ITIL V3's continual improvement process already provides that rhythm. Collect data, analyze, plan, implement, and measure. Link those cycles directly to your SAS-SM matrix, incident response times, control testing frequency, audit findings. The certification then becomes not a frozen snapshot, but a record of living maturity. Who owns the whole picture? Between all these processes sits governance, the layer that aligns them. SAS-SM expects a cross-functional security forum, a place where operations, compliance, and technology speak the same language. ITIL V3 gives the structure through defined roles, ownership models, and documentation. Governance ensures that when something fails, accountability is not lost in the hierarchy. It turns a framework into an organization. What do you actually build? In practice, building for SAS-SM means creating a controlled ecosystem, a secure subscription management platform, often a data center operation or cloud environment certified for eSIM lifecycle management. You start with assessment, mapping your current processes against SAS-SM clauses, then design the architecture, implement controls, integrate change and configuration management, and prepare for audit. ITIL processes make that ecosystem auditable by design. They provide the repeatable mechanism auditor trust, process records, validation evidence, improvement logs. What you create ultimately is a governed, secure environment, not a product, but a capability. Where does trust live? Telecom innovation moves fast, but trust doesn't scale by itself. It needs governance, memory, and discipline. GSMA SAS-SM sets the benchmark for that discipline in eSIM provisioning. ITIL v3 gives organization the method to reach and maintain it. If you work in a company managing or preparing eSIM subscription services, treat this alignment seriously. It's operational survival. And if you need to explore how your service management structure can align with SAS-SM from the design to continual improvement, I'm happy to share practical approaches that have worked in real certification projects. In the end, certification is just the visible layer of something deeper, the ability to prove every day that your service deserves the trust it carries. Thank you. I'm Luigi Ferri, and this was the ITSM Practice Podcast. Arrivederci.